Hey everyone, I got a special video for you guys today. Today's going to be my trap guide. So basically what I'm going to go over in this video is, number one is what is a solo trap? Number two, different types of solo traps. Number three, how to build troops. Number four, gear and talents. Number five, research. Number six, heroes. Seven, keeping your might as low as possible. And number eight, your castle. So I'm going to start off with what is a solo trap. A solo trap is a build that basically you want to look as weak as possible but be extremely strong. So how do we go about that? First one is building lower might troops. So looking at my formation right here, I have a bunch of tier 1 troops. So basically tier 1 troops, they have a might of 2. That doesn't mean they are only 2 might strong. That just means the might given to that certain troop is 2. Tier 2 gladiators or tier 2 troops in general, they have a might of 3. I'll actually show you that in the barracks here. So if you go to your archer, might of 2. You go to your sharpshooters, they have a might of 8. So 4 times as much might, but they are only twice as strong. And then if you go to your tier 3s, they're 24 might, so it's 12 times the might, but they are only 3 times as strong. Basically, troops are given an integer value, so for their strength. So tier 1 is a 1 for strength, tier 2 is a 2 for strength, tier 3 is a 3 for strength, and tier 4 is a 4.5. So the tier 4s actually get a little bit of a boost from their integers. But their might is going up exponentially, or multiplicative. I can't say that word. So basically a tier 1 troop is half as strong as a sharpshooter, but might is 4 times less. So just keep that in mind when we go over this. So basically we're trying to keep our might as low as possible, and because we can build as many troops as we want on defense. So I've got 9 million troops. The most someone can send is 375,000. No matter what gear or boost they build or whatever, the most they can ever send is 375,000 troops. So you always have the advantage on the defense. So if there's a 300 million might guy, the most he's going to be sending you is 375,000 troops. So if you have 9 million troops, you can counter that. So I'll basically next kind of go over what different types of solo traps there are. The first kind of solo trap there is a troop solo trap. So that's basically what I did, and there's different types of solo traps you can do with that. For me, I went basically a mostly tier 1 solo trap. So like I said, trying to keep your might as low as possible with a tier 2 front line. And I actually went for a little bit of a mix of a front line. So I got tier 1 grunts and tier 2 gladiators. So I'm an infantry phalanx. So anytime you're in a certain phalanx, those will be the frontline troops. So if you're in cavalry phalanx, those would be your frontline troops would be cavalry then. But since I'm an infantry phalanx, my troops will be my frontline, or the troops that will get hit first no matter what, will be my grunts and gladiators. So let's say for my build, basically, I did this because it's basically to save gems. Having a tier 2 frontline is stronger. It has basically double the HP and double the attack of a tier 1 frontline per troop. But since it basically takes time to heal tier 2 troops instead of tier 1, because tier 1 you actually heal them instantly. So that's the advantage of having a tier 1 frontline, is anytime you get hit, you can instantly go into your infirmary and just instantly heal for no cost, other than the cost it actually is for the cost to heal. But there's no like speed up cost. So, but if you have tier 2, there's a speed up cost, so it's gonna actually take longer to heal those troops. So they can actually save gems by having tier 1 as your front line. I went for a mix. You can go pure tier 1. I had before I got zeroed and restarted, I had a full tier 1 front line. I had 600,000 beds. I could basically take a full attack, heal instantly, take another attack. They try to gangbang me, I can heal it as fast as I click the button, basically. But now I actually have to use speed ups if I get hit by a big person, but I can actually take a bigger hit at once, because if the guy's full champ gear, he's probably going to fill your infirmaries. He's probably going to lose troops unless you have like 12 million troops at that point, and you can kill his 375 march fast enough. Yeah, so there's also a tier 3 frontline build that you can go, and that's basically if you want to take small rallies. For me, the reason I wanted to go tier 2 also was if I needed to take a rally, what I can actually do is hide all my grunts and hide enough of my front line so that if a rally came in, it would only be filling up my infirmaries, let's say 600,000. I can get rid of let's say I got 1.1 million or 1.2 million as my front line right now. I can actually get rid of 600,000 troops, and I only have 600,000 as my front line, get reinforced 1 million, tier 4 or whatever, and actually take a rally just in case I get caught in fury or for whatever reason I want to take a rally. I wouldn't suggest it, but I actually can. When I had, let's say, 2 million tier 1 grunts before, I couldn't do that because my front line wouldn't be strong enough. I wouldn't be able to take a rally at all. And if I got gangbanged, I might be in a little trouble, because if you have 2 champ guys hitting you and taking out 600,000 grunts at a time, they can fill your infirmaries and start killing a bunch of your troops. With the tier 2 front line, it won't actually happen that way. And actually, the other kind of solo trap you can do is a wall trap. That is probably the most expensive trap you can do, because you have to basically heal your wall, which takes a lot of speed ups basically to do. So I wouldn't suggest that for a free-to-play player. For a free-to-play, I'd either suggest tier 1 or tier 2 frontline. And actually, I would suggest a mix if you can. Okay, so the next one I was going to talk about is how I build troops. So basically what I would do is get 3 barracks. So 3 barracks, and then max infirmaries after that. Right now I'm switching back to infirmaries, but I would get max barracks, or 3 barracks and max infirmaries. So I'd get rid of basically everything. If you want to, you can go up to 25 for your manners if you want to really maximize your troops, but that's what I would suggest. And when I built troops, I would actually do hell events. So let's say you go into hell events. It's research right now, but if there was a what's called troop training, I'd do the troop training during the hell event, get all the chests, get all the gems, and then basically keep doing that until I've used all my speed ups and gems. And how I built the troops was I saved up about 400,000 worth of gems per se, and then whatever speed ups I had, and I think it was enough for another 2 million tier 1. So whatever that was equal to, probably like 600,000 gems or 500,000 gems. I did that all at once. That basically saves up on shields and anything else you might need to be doing while you're doing your troop push, because I saved up for a couple months without even using a shield. I just hide whatever troops. You can hide up to 1.2 million if you're castle 25 troops at a time. So I've just saved on all those, and then basically built all my troops all at once, and then switched all back to infirmaries. So this is kind of the second time I'm doing that. So the next thing I need to talk about is gear and talent. So if you're a free-to-play player, this is kind of what your gear is going to look like. If you played long gear, you might have some some pay-to-play stuff from chests and stuff. If you're doing your troop push and you get lucky from some of the chests and the hell events that you get, it might be a little better. I'm only level 59 right now, so I can't even build level 60 gear. Once I hit level 60, I can probably build a green level 60 or something. But right now, this is basically what my gear has been. These are the easiest things. If you farm a lot, you get a bunch of resources. And so the Fiery Tomahawk, I would say, is best in slot for free-to-play at that level. The Lunar Scimitar is also really good. These aren't the actual stats. These are the stats with my blue gems in them. I believe it's 9% range attack and 11.5% army HP for this thing. So this is actually really good offhand to get. I would also suggest getting these Lost Relics. They give 6% range and 6% infantry and 2.5% army HP per each of them. And then I also had this burning scroll here. It's green. I'm actually almost a blue, but it shouldn't be too hard to get. It gives army HP and army attack, so it's actually a really good one to have. The other one is the honeycomb chap. So this is full free to play. You can get these drops from monsters and stuff. There is no the rares that you need, so these are actually not too bad to get. What was that? That was, I think it's like 7% cav, 7% range, and then get range defense. But if you're never going to basically the only thing you would ever use if you're an infantry phalanx is infantry defense. Any cav defense is kind of useless to you unless you're going cav phalanx, which I haven't even unlocked. So this is actually a good one because this one gives you that infantry. Oh, this one's gives cavs defense. Never mind. I thought it was infantry, but it gives infantry attack, and then it gives army max HP again. My armor could be much better. It's only green. And this one's also another free to play one you can get. So basically, yeah. If you look at it, these are all free to play stuff. You can get these from monster drops, you get these from guild chests, so all that. Basically you want to get into a good guild if you're building a trap, because you want all those chests and everything. Our gift level's level 28, so we got some pay to play players. And then kill monsters helps get you some of those speed ups too. The next thing I want to talk about is the research. So for research for your trap, basically, if you're free to play, you probably want to go into the economy and get some things from there. You will get a little bit of might, but it'll probably benefit you in the long run. There's construction and some of these other things. I actually didn't need to get the metal harvesting and all that, but the resource harvesting, the weight training actually did help me build up a good trap. Next thing would be military. For me, I've maxed out what I can do without the without upgrading the academy, which I probably will never do. So basically, I have everything 10 in offense and then 9s in the rest, includes army. So basically, this is the tree you want to focus on the most, because this will make your army the strongest. Obviously, army attack, and these are the big ones because they give it across everyone. But yeah, so focus on these. These are basically what you want to rush if you're building a trap. And I'm talking about a max trap like I have. If you're building a baby trap or whatever, like a Castle 16 or something, that's a totally different build than what I'm going to show you today. So you might want to go check out like Chris the Trap. He has some good baby trap videos if you want to kind of check out how to build a baby trap. And then Monster Hunt. I didn't really do much in Monster Hunt. If you're free to play, you can do a little more, but I basically just got level 2 and a couple things to kind of help that out, but that was it. That's as far as I went there. Defense, totally ignore that. You don't need it. Upgrade defenses, totally ignore that too. Upgrade military, you might want to get this, depending on what you're doing. Because basically what you want is the quick swap. So that allows you to quickly swap out your gear. If you want to go, you can go up to 2 quick swaps, so you can quick swap from your fake gear into your real gear and back into your fake gear without them actually seeing. So how that really works is, if there's an attack coming in on you, I should probably get out of my, I only have one, so I'm not, basically, I'll switch back to, let's say, a fake gear. It could be construction, it could be whatever you want it to be, just, it could be random stuff. So I'm just going to switch back into not my attack gear. Just very quickly. It's not quick at all, because this is why you get quick swap. This is why you wouldn't want to do this without quick swap the other way, because it would take too long to actually switch into your military gear. So this would be kind of what I'm sitting around with if someone's going to attack me. Oops. Don't unequip it. And And perfect. Okay, so I'll be sitting around with this. Let's say there's an attack coming. I'll wait for the last like 5 or 10 seconds, and then I'll go into here and go apply. And it just automatically puts out your war gear. They'll hit you, and then if you wanted a double quick swap, you can swap back to your construction gear or whatever you're using, your fake gear, like without them actually noticing that you actually switch gear. For me, I kind of let them, but it's like sometimes I'll just sit in my gear because I got free-to-play gear. It's not really the most intimidating gear, so I get people hitting me in my war gear anyways, but it's nice to have the option to do that. So the other research I was talking about, yeah, so upgrade military. You'll probably need to get up to at least 1 quick swap. If you want to go 2, it's up to you, but if you look, actually I only needed shit talent 2. I think I was actually going towards that, but what else did you need on that? Oh yeah, you need all the subsidies, so yeah, I just gave up on that because I didn't want all the extra money. I'm already 70 mil, so. If you go army leadership, you can get the phalanxes if you really want to do a different kind of trap. If you see like someone's sending like full infantry towards you, you can switch your cav, and that'll put your cav in your front line. But if you only have tier 1 cav, it might not be the best, but it's an option basically to actually get up there. It doesn't take that much might, so no, I wouldn't bother with range phalanx if you do. And then yeah, so basically that's all the other things you need. Military command, I don't have anything in it. Familiars, nothing in it. Sigils, nothing in it. I mean, if you're pay to play, you could probably do something different, but I don't know. I don't really need the level 2s or 3 familiars. The only familiars I really went through are the level 1s. I got what's it called? Aquarius up to Elder, so I'm going to max that out because that's actually what I'm going to go into next is heroes. Oops. So these are my main heroes: Rose Knight, Demon Slayer, Bomb Goblin, Shadow Light, and Snow Queen. So they're all attack heroes. The main 2 you actually really want to focus on are Rose Knight and Bomb Goblin, because Rose Knight gives army attack, and same with Bomb Goblin. And Rose Knight also gives HP boost to your cav, so if you do go cav phalanx, it's actually even better to get. Same thing with Demon Slayer is infantry attack and infantry HP. Shadow Light is cavalry attack and cavalry HP. And then Snow Queen is range attack and range HP. So the only one that really, the HP that matters is Demon Slayer, but the other 2 are just nice to have. The rest of my stuff, I haven't even hired some of them because I'm not going to use them. Trickster I was getting because I'm free to play and it helped with the research boost. The rest, I got up the green, just kind of helping arena and stuff, but that was, I didn't go much higher because they give too much might if they start going too high. Next thing I'll talk about is your castle. So I'm castle 25, so if you're doing my trap, you'd probably want to go up to castle 25. You want to get your Watchtower, because basically what the Watchtower does at 25 is it reduces your enemy invading troop attack. So if they hit you, they'll have 10% less army attack when they hit you. So that's one of the main ones you want to get. Barracks, you probably only want 1 or 2, probably just 1 after you've switched out. If you're not doing your troop push, you basically just want to go full infirmaries. If you're going at tier 2 frontline, you technically don't need to go full infirmaries. You can have whatever, a couple manners or whatever if you want the army attack, but I like to go full just in case if you want to take a rally, if you need to take a rally or whatever reason on that. And then the last kind of thing I wanted to touch on was the oh yeah, and if you're trapping, make sure that you have the right heroes in your wall, because sometimes you'll get like a trickster in there and it'll make your army much weaker, so make sure you always have the right heroes in your wall. And also, if you're going to, what's called, shield anything, let's say you want to get rid of your grunts so that your front line's a little stronger, so if I was to shield my grunts, make sure you unclick your leader every time, because you do not want to send your leader in there, because if you send your leader away, it gets rid of all your bonuses. So if you go look at your bonuses, I'm actually not in my right talents right now. And actually, I'm in my, yeah, so if you look at your bonuses here, you'll only have the base 135 if you put your leader away. See how it says leader deployed? That's with your gear and your talents. So you do not get your gear or talents if your leader is sheltered. So remember that. And there's no reason to ever shelter your leader if you're a trap, because if you're losing your leader, you're losing all your troops, and you're basically zeroed anyways, so your leader is useless at that point. And the last thing was basically keep your might as low as possible. So you see, like, this is kind of my main account, so I'll have some extra might on there because of that. And if you're doing a pay-to-play, you can have much lower might because you do things much quicker and you don't need a bunch of things. But I don't know, you can't delete your wall. Yeah, okay. So you can delete a bunch of these what's called harvesters, but if you look at, they're only giving me a couple hundred might, so it's not really worth it to delete them. If you have some other stuff, you can get rid of that, but the main thing that's going to give you a lot of might is actually your turf quests. So you look at your turf quests, and they're giving you a good 2,000 might per turf quest, or 5,000 might here, and they add up over time. So I haven't actually accepted turf quests, I think, since level 17 or 18 castle. Like, that's kind of when I decided to make a trap. Before that, I didn't even know what a trap was. So I'm not a pure trap. I was a main account that made it to not very high level castle and decided, hey, I found out about traps and decided to kind of switch over. That was 6 months ago or whatever. I've only been playing for about 8 months, I think. So other traps, they might have better gear and stuff than me because I've only been playing 8 months and I'm free to play. So I basically got to get what I got to get. Just leave a comment in the section below. Like it if you like the video, and oh, looks like I'm getting scouted actually. It's good timing. Let's see what's going on. Oh, okay. Well, if you text me, that's going to be in another video, so I'll see you guys next time.